let y'all get up in here, give you an opportunity to come on in. Hold on, let me set this up. There we go. You already know, hit the like button, hit the share button. You know what I mean? I want to get some understanding on something. Somebody had sent me a nice little video, and I watched pretty much majority of it. So, they wanted to hear my thoughts, so I'm going to give you my thoughts. But hit the like button as soon as you come in. Hit that like button. You already know they don't be pushing my stuff the way that they push everybody else. So everybody don't get notifications when Sin go live. And the only way that they can know that Sin is live is if you hit the like button, if you hit the share button, put it on Instagram, put it on Snapchat, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter. Let them know right now that we live. Let them know. Hit the like button. But I want to give some understanding because, of course, we got new people at the channel as well. And some of you haven't went through the videos and things like that. So I'm going to say some things. Good work, Sin. Good game. I hope all is well. Oh, man, all is truly well. Hey, man. How are you? What's going on? I see my brother Ken in here. I see Clever. I see Memphis up in here. I see BM, the Candy House. What's going on? Be Smooth. Suave, what's going on? I see BK Baby the Truth up in here. Hustle up in here. What's going on? Mike then came up in here. Michael Jordan came up in here. Blessings to MJ. Hit the like button, people. We almost got up to 100 people. I know it's late for a lot of you because you got to go to work. But hit that like button as you come in. Matter of fact, let me spread this. Let me spread this. There we go. Hold on. Hit that like button. And Flocks, thank you for the 5, bro. Appreciate that. Pay them dues, family. You already know. Those that love the game, you ain't got to tell them to do that. Honestly, when have you had what video have you ever seen Sinful to P telling people to donate? When have you ever seen one video where you seen Sinful to P telling people to donate? If you got the spirit of love within you and you appreciate the game that has been given, then nobody got to tell you to give. You just give as the spirit of love within you compels you to give. I'm not one of them hypocrites behind the pulpit trying to sit up there and reap off of you. You're going to give as the spirit of love leads you to give. And the big reason why a lot of y'all give, because you didn't see me give. When you go to certain channels that, you know what I mean, I fellowship with, you see me over there at O'Shea, you see me over there with Dre, you see me over there with Sarnetta. You know what I mean? I give because I'm a giver. You know what I mean? I'd rather be the giver, you know what I mean, than the receiver because it speaks volumes about the position that you are in life to be in a position to be a blessing to somebody. So, I like that. And if you've ever done anything in your life to be a blessing to my life, then I'm obligated by the spirit of love to be a blessing to you. So I don't feel less of a person for being a blessing. Hell, when God blessed me to give, you know what I mean, that little 10,000 to my high school, I felt blessed. When he blessed me to give another 10,000 to children with learning disabilities and behavior disorders, I felt blessed. I felt very good. The climax that I received was greater than sex. So, I appreciate, God and the game for being in a position to be able to be a blessing to people. But hit the like button right now. Let's get those likes over 100 likes. But some of you give because you seen me give. What's going on, Mike Larry? Appreciate the 20, bro. Billy D, thank you for the 20, bro. Good looking. But some of you give because you had a good example. You had a point of reference. You had me. And not just that, when my YouTube family was going through what they was going through in Texas. I appreciate God for doing that. That made me feel good inside to be able to be a blessing. You know what I mean? That's not trick shit to be a blessing. I told you about the time I was in downtown Chicago. This mother is outside with her children. And it's cold as hell outside. You think I'm going to walk past this mother with these children? Hell the fuck no. I'm going to be a blessing. I'm going to be a blessing because it's in me to be that way. But hit that like button. Poke myself in the eye. Pin pass it. If you never heard of her, you'll hear of her tonight. Don't worry about it. You'll hear of her tonight. You'll see the video tonight. But, yeah, I was sent this video on IG. Somebody said, Sin, what's your opinion on this? I said, I'm going to give it to you. Hit that like button right now. There we go. Devil trying to come against this pimping. Fucking with the eye of the pimping. You can't fuck with the eye of this pimping devil. I'm pimping past your motherfucking ass too. It's always great to be a blessing, bro. You ain't never lied. Blessings to Clyde. Share this video. I told you, get them likes over 100 before I even start. Come on. Appreciate that, brother. Brother coming in with the 20. You know what I mean? Man, appreciate that, man. It's just a blessing to see this go on. Some of you, you know what I mean? You don't reap because you don't sow. Every time you see me over at some of my people's channel, you constantly see me sowing. And that's why I'm constantly reaping. Boss, thank you for the 5, bro. Appreciate that. Gumbo, thank you for the 20, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that, loved ones. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Ken, for saying that. I started a new YouTube channel for my Instagram videos only. So for those of you that want to see all my Instagram live videos, you can click on channel and just subscribe to all my channels. But I started a new channel called Sinful to P Instagram Live channel. So it's going to have all my Instagram live videos over there. So I encourage you strongly to go over there. As a matter of fact, I just did an Instagram video and that'll be on there probably later on or tomorrow. But hit the like button. We should have been over 100 likes. I told you, the more shares, the more likes. We got 182 people up in here. Come on, family. I know some of y'all laying in bed. You know what I mean? But come on. Matter of fact, let me do this. But some people have been saying these things. And by the way, you know, they've been saying them. I'm just late. I'm just late. You know, they've been, speaking on her and saying certain things. I just didn't know what the hell they was talking about. You know what I mean? I didn't know. So by me not knowing, I couldn't comment because I didn't know. But I'm going to end up letting you guys see this video. For those of you that don't know who Cynthia G is, she's a YouTuber. And a lot of black males catch an attitude with Cynthia G. And the reason why they catch an attitude with Cynthia G, because most of them were raised by their mother. And so because a lot of them don't have a point of reference, as far as what a man should be, instead of mentally responding to what Cynthia G says, they emotionally react like the black male that Cynthia G is defining, which gives confirmation to the information that she conveys. Simply because you got a lot of mama raised ass, male Jezebel ass niggas who profess to be men and don't even have the information to be one. You know what I mean? So when they see Cynthia G, they feel intimidated. They get upset. They get mad. Not no man. To a man, she just another woman talking. And the reason why you have a huge population of Cynthia G's out here simply because she don't have a point of reference to what a man is. So due to the fact that she don't really have no encounters with black men, and all she's pretty much dealt with is black males professing to be black men, she categorizes the population of men by basically the bad representation that she's seen of black males. You know what I mean? So I have to be 100 with you. She don't have hatred for a black man. How you gonna have hatred for something that you don't even know about? She don't know what a black man is. No, she don't. She don't even know what a black man is. If you don't know what a black man is, how in the hell are you gonna hate something that you can't even define? How you gonna hate something that you don't have a point of reference to? Come on now, let's talk about it. So, it's just like when black women or females get angry with Tommy Sotomayor. Why are you angry at Tommy Sotomayor? Why? If you know that you don't conduct yourself like that, how does that move you? How? He not talking about you. Even if they all, you ain't in that category. So since you not in that category, why would you let the words of a stranger, somebody talking on a computer, sit up there and compel you to do things contrary to who you profess to be? If you do the things that's vital to the title of a woman every goddamn day, how the hell a YouTuber minimize you? He not omnipresent. He don't know what you doing every day. Some of y'all ain't got no lives. You ain't got no outside lives. You allowing a YouTuber's opinion to have dominion on what the fuck you do. How the hell you allow Tommy Sotomayor or Cynthia G to have that type of room in your mind? Ooh, I just hate Tommy. Ooh, he irritates the fuck out of me. Why are you watching him? You know what I mean? So many niggas. I can't stand Cynthia G. She get on my goddamn nerves. Why are you watching her? If you don't have enough self-control, you know what I mean? See, because, and O'Shea has invited, and I'll be on there soon, but, when I'm debating people, I know how to be quiet and allow you to say your point. Why? Because I know I'm getting ready to come with this game. You're not going to be able to outdo this game. I don't care how long you study. So with that being said, you won't see me hollering and screaming over an individual doing the Kanye, no, you know what I mean? You don't have the answers. You won't see me doing that. You know what I mean? Some of you don't have an example on what a man is. So because you don't have an example on what a man is, you don't even know how to conduct yourself like a man. So when a Cynthia G comes along, you emotionally react like the only point of reference that you have, which is your mother. And you prove her point. So, for those that, know Cynthia G's content, and I don't even know it like that, but I seen her on O'Shea's platform. I seen her on Sonetta platform. I've never really, seen too much of her content, but she represents her content when she went on Sonetta. She represents her content when she went on O'Shea. So I already know why some of the black males are upset with Cynthia G, just like I know that some of the black females is upset with a Tommy Sotomayor. Black women, black men are not moved by that because you know who you are. When you know who you are, you value yourself. And when you value yourself the way you're supposed to, people who are meaningless to you, they don't have any value here. They don't have no residence in the location of your mind. Why? Because you value your identity. You value your individuality. You value your characteristics. You know who you are. So let's get to this video that I was sent. It's been so many squares on YouTube talking about prostitution, talking about hoes, and talking about a whole bunch of shit that they don't know nothing about. You know what I mean? So, let's just keep that thing, all the way real. You know what I mean? It's just individuals repeating what another said. That's what they do on YouTube. A lot of these people don't have good content. So what they do is they go look at somebody who they think they got good content, and they go repeating the lies or the foolishness of this individual that they think that's smart. And they end up getting on their platform and saying the same old dumbass shit that they heard some other dumbass motherfucker that they heard that they thought was intelligent. But for some of you that are new to the channel, I want you to know, because I even seen certain people in the comment section talking about Cynthia G, she a hoe, she a hoe. And I want you to know right off the top that Cynthia G is not a hoe. Cynthia G can't be a hoe because Cynthia G don't have a pimp presiding over her. Because if she did, she wouldn't even be saying the shit that she be saying. So I know the woman ain't got no damn pimp. And last time I checked, you can't be a hoe if you don't have a pimp. But we are going to find out if she's a prostitute. Hold on, click on her. And just in case if she is, Sinful the P ain't condemning her. Thanks for being the truth and shining the light where it needs to be, always 100. Man, I appreciate that. BSO 212 coming in with the 10. Thank you, bro. But man, I'm not ashamed of you if you're a prostitute. But I'm about to get into it though, because a lot of people try to, but she's supposed to be pro-black. How could you be pro-black if you're getting money from the white man? That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. But a true talker, a manipulator, they're gonna pretty much manipulate that situation. And that's too easy. But let's look at this video with Cynthia G explaining this situation. And before I speak, I'm gonna see the comments, and I'm gonna see, judging by the information that I've taught you guys, what a hoe is and what a prostitute is. You know what I mean? You should know the distinction between the two. And you should know what a prostitute, and you should know my teachings concerning a prostitute. So we about to watch this video and see what Cynthia G says, telling this story. And I want you, within your mind, is she a prostitute? So let's look at this. Hold on, family. Come on with me, gang. Let's look for a moment. Hold on. Let me get my camera right. There we go. I'm sorry, Cynthia G, I got you in that angle, but I'm pretty sure the black men, they not gonna find nothing wrong with it. But let's start it. Let's start this video.
That segues to rumor number 2. I was married to a white man for 9 years. I've never been married to anybody at all, period. A simple public search will show you that too. You can do a public record search. You can do a trial, pay $1 for any one of these public record search, and you can see if anybody was married. You can see if they've gone to jail. You can see if they were divorced. You can find out whether they have children. You can find out all of their family members. I would never be married to a white man. I haven't been married to anyone. I've said several times I've only been with black men. I would only be with black men. So people doing these rumors are extremely stupid. I know Crispy started the rumor. I already know that, but people were saying that before Crispy even started that rumor. There was a bunch of idiots doing that, finding old pictures of me with biracial people saying that this was somehow my husband. What nobody has produced, though, is proof. They haven't shown a marriage license. They haven't shown a picture of anyone. I'm never sitting here on any picture at any point in my life wearing a wedding ring that will show that I'm married. They can't find anything to substantiate their claim that I'm married, but you have a lot of dumb idiots still in my comment section trying to convince other people, by the way, that I was married for 9 years. Now, the thing of it is that you should first get it straight whether I was married. And if I haven't been married to anybody at all, then clearly I haven't been married to a white man. I would know this more so than anybody else would. I would know who I've been, who I've dated, who I've married, who I had sex with. Now, what I have said is that I have taken money from white men, and I have, and I will continue to as long as it's offered. Have I ever dated, kissed, hugged, had sex with one? Absolutely not, and I never would. I don't have to have sex with a white man to get money from him. And I think it's interesting how a lot of these
let me say this. Is that accurate? We know that to be accurate because those who are authentic participants in the lifestyle, you truly know that, you know, when you really have at least some information, some game about yourself, you know, what did I teach you guys? I taught you that what? When a man's dick is alive, he's brain dead. So we have a huge population of guys out here who are governed by the spirit of lust, who would love to talk to a black woman, who would love to talk to a white woman, Jewish, or just a woman. You got guys who are so academically successful, they've been successful in that particular field all their life, and they don't know how to initiate conversations with women, and they don't know how to be finesse, and, you know, they don't know how to be Prince Charming and all of that shit. But they know that because of their academic success now, you know what I mean, they got this degree, and now they got a level of currency, and now, you know what I mean, they could afford these type of women. Now, what I will say is, when you are a prostitute, you cannot say what you wouldn't or wouldn't do, because truth of the matter is, you know what I mean, if the price becomes big enough, you're going to sit up there and get on it. So for a person to say that, oh, I would never date a white man, or I would never get married to a white man, if you accept gifts or money from a white man, yes, you would. Because that lets me know, you know what I mean, that your time, your body, or whatever that client or trick, you know what I mean, John wants from you, if they have the right amount of money or have something of value that you want, you're going to give it. So the moment that, you know what I mean, she took a gift or any money or anything like that, you know what I mean, pretty much, if the price had been high enough, yes, she would have got married. If the price had been higher up, yeah, you would have been in a relationship. You would do anything and everything that that man desires you to do. You would sit up there and be with a motherfucker, you understand me, that look like Rush Limbaugh, as long as he balling. So, you know, for a bitch to say that she wouldn't do this, she wouldn't do that, she wouldn't do that, or she wouldn't do this, you know what I mean? And then she take this and she take that. That just means that the trick needs to go higher price, you know what I mean, to get her to do whatever he wants her to do. But there are women who have reunions at Western Union. You have women who have great relationships with Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, and it's because of this huge population of trick-ass motherfuckers. So, you know what I mean? And then you have brides who receive the accumulation just by having conversation and having given this man no type of fornication. But what I will say, if he desires fornication, if he desires any type of lascivious act, if he has the money to pay for it, any woman that'll receive any gifts or anything from a man like that, if he upped the price, she going. And you a motherfucking fool if you think otherwise. Ain't no, oh, you know, no, you know, no, I won't do that. No, yeah, you got standards right now because the price was too low. Once the price go higher, the standards will pretty much leave people. Okay, let's get back.
Male coons think they can sit up here and speak to the relationship dynamic between a white man and a black woman, and yet they can't even get these men to stop subjugating them. I really think that's really interesting. I think that's really interesting. Golden Black said white men pay for companionship, so that's not unrealistic. One of my sisters had a white dude sending her thousands of dollars at a time. He never met her in person.
I could believe that.
Never met her in person. For a span of a year, for thousands of dollars. Never met her in person. So Claire never clearly she never had sex with him.
And let me say this. For all the squares that have made videos and comments saying, oh, she lying, ain't nobody sending nobody money unless they getting some pussy or some head, that's false. Okay? You got gorgeous women, you got handsome looking ass bitch, you got bitches that look like Lawrence Taylor, but still got some game about themselves. Okay? Still know how to put on an Oscar Award performance over a fucking phone. Got conversation out the ass. All right? And it's sitting over there breaking motherfuckers in the country and out the country. You are a fool. When a man's dick is alive, he's brain dead. Okay? If he not being governed by this game, governed by some pimping, then what is he being governed by? Lust. And when you're governed by lust, you will spend every dollar that says in God we trust on some pussy. So knock that shit off. I don't even know why that's hard to even believe that a woman could receive money from a man without sucking and fucking on them. Women do it every goddamn day. You know what I mean? They do it every day. That ain't nothing out of the stars. The only reason why you so impressed with it is because you heard of it, you're a square, you ain't never been around the pimping, you ain't never been around the hoeing, you ain't never been around somebody that had game from the pimping and hoeing, so you just lost in the sauce. So when you hear some shit like that, you like, oh, the bitch, she lying. No, she ain't. Okay, let's keep on going. Let me keep listening to this.
Or did anything to with him if she haven't even met him. But I actually did meet a white guy, and for a span of a year, he did give me money, and he never got anything more than a handshake. And not only did he buy me clothes and weaves.
Now, what I will say, I'm not saying what she's saying is true. In her case, it might not be true. She could be lying to make herself look good. But what I will say, there are individuals who do this every day. That's not, and you don't have to be attractive. Believe it or not, you got some women, you know what I mean? They just real bold. And they have that real masculine energy about them. And a lot of these white guys, they really love, you know what I mean, an aggressive woman. And sometimes to be progressive with these tricks, you have to be an aggressive woman. So if you're aggressive about your issue, it ain't gonna be no issue for him to send you your motherfucking issue. Let's get back to this video.
And bags and everything and spend money on me. He also did it for my sisters too. And yes, I took that white man into a store and had him buy bags of tracks, not only for myself, but also for my sister. If I would have known at the time, he would have been buying lace front wigs. That's just the reality of what it is. So, but this was something that was nearly 10 years ago, by the way. Lavender Spices said, laughing my ass off. Clearly, I'm doing it wrong. How y'all pull that off? Let me tell you about this scenario with this white dude. Because I never actually told you guys the story about this white dude giving me money. So I don't even remember where I met this white dude at, but I met him somewhere and he wanted to befriend me or whatever. Mind you, this was before ever doing YouTube video. I think I was actually like 23, 24 at the time. I was young. I was in my early 20s.
Notice she said she met him somewhere and she kept going. Interesting.
So never thought about a conscious video or whatever. I don't even think I was thinking about white supremacy at that time. I was thinking about getting money, period. So it wouldn't have mattered whether it was black, white, or other. Bottom line is you're going to buy me stuff.
Now listen to that. It didn't matter whether he was black, white. Bottom line is you're going to buy me something. You're going to buy me something. Now, of course, I'm going to tell things from the game perspective, but then I'm going to speak from a pro-black perspective and all of that as well. But see, what individuals are not realizing is she said that that's 10 years ago from that time. And two motherfuckers got I don't know, they just love to do that. By the way, hit the like button. For you big head motherfuckers that just came up in here It's 318 people. Hit the like button. We should have been over 200 likes. Hit the like button. The more likes, the more recommendations. The more likes, we get more, beautiful women up in here. You know what I mean? So by all means, man, hit the like button. Hit the share button. If you're not subscribed, make sure your big head ass subscribe and hit the bell button. But let me say this to you. As far as, you know what I mean, when she said what she said right there, I didn't have a problem with it at all. She said it didn't matter whether he was black or white or whatever. You gonna buy me something. You gonna give me some money. Right there, that is the mentality of a prostitute. What did I teach you guys? I told you that the spirit of prostitution is omnipresent. And right there, when she said that, you should have seen, if you had any type of, you didn't even need the spirit of discernment. All you needed was eyes. All you needed was ears. The moment you heard that, you seen the spirit of prostitution being manifested. She manifested the spirit of prostitution when she said that right there. I didn't care whether he was black. I didn't care whether he was white. In other words, long as he had that green, long as he had some money, it was on and popping. And am I angry at her for saying that? Hell no. Do I look down on Cynthia G for saying that? Hell no. Why? Because all of these same women and even some of the women in the subconscious community that claim to be conscious is out here doing the same motherfucking thing. She just sat up there, you understand me, and basically sat up there and told it like it is. And even still to this day, I don't think that she gonna be fucking with somebody that's broke. So yes, the spirit of prostitution is still there. And I ain't mad at her. Get your money.
Just the reality of it. You're going to do that more if you're a white man. Yes, I look at that as reparations. So I still get hit on primarily by white men. I could be getting their money, but I don't want to spend the time having to talk to them, look at them, or go out in public with them. So I'm not taking money from them right now. I could be, though. I was tempted to, though. And I wouldn't care anything about what anybody has to say about it. If I want to take money from a white man, I'm taking money from a white man, and I'm still going to sit up here and talk about white supremacy too. I will do both of those. But so I met this white dude.
And I like the manipulation. I can't even lie. Game recognized game. I like how she said she just see it as reparation. And for a motherfucker there to buy that shit, hey, listen, I'm not no hater. I appreciate games in all lanes. That's just like when I heard the black woman is God. I wasn't mad for that little movement. You know what I mean? I think it's some motherfucking sick ass shit that you got to tell a black bitch in order to get between her motherfucking thighs. But hey, if you got to give her this false information and have this conversation just to have fornication with a lot of black women that come from the location of an urban community, hey man, do your thing, man. But game recognized game, baby. And she said she see it as reparation. The best definition of comedy. You know what I mean? But I ain't mad at the sister though. And neither do I look down on her for saying that. And that's right, baby. Look at it as reparation. Matter of fact, I like that. For all the black queens in the subconscious community that think it's the conscious community, hey, baby, don't look at it, you know what I mean, as prostitution. Look at reducing these white tricks out here, baby. That's just respiration, baby. You getting what's due to you. That's what's due to you. That's what you're supposed to have. You supposed to have that. They owe you that. They owed it to you. Go on and get yours. As MC Breed and Pac said back in the day, I got to get mine. You got to get yours. Get yours. As Short would say, get in where you fit in. Don't allow society to create, you know what I mean, this motherfucking resonance in your mind and manipulate you to think that, you understand me, doing this is wrong. No, it's not. Because there's so many broads up in that so-called conscious community giving up some beautiful melanated pussy, you understand me, to liars. And ain't gonna get nothing for it. But a bunch of big ass words and, oh, you the queen of 1,000 moons. And when I look at you, I see God. You do? When I look at you, I can smell Queen Nefertiti's feet. You can? When I look at your nose, I see Buddha, I see Confucius, I see Allah, I see Abba, I see all of them wrapped in one. You do? So get yours, man. Don't be no TBT bitch putting up pictures of memories and shit. Bitch, get you something.
Dude. And I used to call him cancer patient, and that's because he looked like one. Okay, he reminded me of one. So obviously I wasn't really attracted to him at all. And I wouldn't have been, and it wouldn't matter if he was attractive anyway. I don't date white men, so therefore there wouldn't have been a date with him. Now, this white dude wanted to date me, but I wouldn't date him because, again, I don't date white people. So I told this man straight out the gate, I said, I'm not interested in you. The only thing that I'm interested in is your money. And I said that you haven't dated black people, and I'm not about to be your first experience either. I don't want anything from you. I wouldn't date you. So I'm going to tell you what this white man did. Rather than go on about his day, every single time he went out to buy something, he invited me there and bought me stuff. I think he thought that.
And it's a shame that Cynthia G, a so-called black pro woman, you know what I mean, that's supposed to be conscious. Why is it that Cynthia G got more value about herself than some of you so-called hoes in the game? How is it that she came straight, bold, forward, and toward to him? She didn't sit up there and speak in no tongues. He understood exactly what the fuck she was saying. She came in the spirit of simplicity. And because she carried herself like value in that situation, he chased after her. Why? Because she carried herself like a trophy. And because she conducted herself like a definition of value in that particular situation, if this situation is true, as she said, if it happened the way she said it happened, I totally understand why the spirit of tricking compelled him to chase after a woman that conducted herself like a motherfucking trophy. So for all you bitches that's sitting over there busting it open for $50, you about to sit up there and go on 100 dates tonight to make $500 and shit. You know, it's a shame that some of these squares out here got more game than you. Bitch, you walking up and down on the track, getting in and out of cars, and you're sucking dick for $30 and $40. Then you're lying to your folks, talking about he just gave it to you for free. You know what I mean? You out there working hard as a motherfucker for that little bitty ass shit. When the game has never been so much about working harder, bitch. It's about thinking smarter. Because if the world was ran by motherfuckers that work hard, the Mexicans would have ran this motherfucker. But let's get back to it.
His money would get him to date me, and it wasn't going to get him to date me. Now, I've had this man going to Macy's and buy my sister 7 jeans and BCBG boots and all these other stuff. My testing, because I said to myself, let me see if he'll buy stuff for someone else because of me. And if he does, then obviously he'll buy stuff for me. Okay. So my sister's birthday came up. So I went in there and had him buy her a bunch of name brand things. He didn't bat an eye. Okay. He just bought the stuff. So he bought the stuff. So I gave it to my sister. She took a lot of that stuff back and got more because she didn't really care about any of these. She doesn't really care about name brand stuff. So she got the stuff. Now, after that, every single time he would go to like these outlet malls for Christmas shopping and stuff, and he would ask me, do I want to go? And I would say, sure. And then he would ask me, did I want anything? And I would say, sure. And he'd just buy me a bunch of stuff. Mind you, he already knew at this time that I wouldn't date him because I said I wouldn't date him. I already said I wouldn't date him. I wasn't interested in dating him. Now, anytime I went out, whether it was by myself or with my sisters, or anytime he asked to meet up with me to go out for dinner or something, he was paying for something. If I had a bill that needed to be paid, he was paying for that bill. I would go put stuff on hold at the mall, a bunch of clothes, just so that he could buy it. And he would buy it.
You know what?
I would take my sister with me.
They can say whatever they want about Cynthia G, but I like this part of the bitch. I ain't talking about in totality, but I like this about at least she got sense enough to charge a motherfucker. I like that.
2 of them all one time, and we would go buy stuff, and he would pay for it. Oh, Lala 324, I took cash and he bought stuff. Like anytime I needed something, I would be like, oh, I need $500 for this. He would meet up and give it to me. I would say, oh, I need to pay this bill. I didn't really have bills to get paid, but I would say, oh, I need to pay this electricity bill. I need about $500. He would come bring it to me. You don't have to have sex with one white man to get money. You don't have to. You don't have to do that, and I've never done that, and I wouldn't have. A white man could not pay me to have sex with him at all.
Now that's a lie. Let me stop her right there. You know what I mean? We get ahead of ourselves sometimes, and I understand that you have your black audience and your followers listening to you and things like that, so you have to say what you have to say to make your image look good, but no, that is not true. That is not true. You know what I mean? She would never have sex with a white man. She would never marry a white man. She would never be in a relationship with a white man. That's a motherfucking lie. Why? Because the spirit of tricking is in these tricks. And when you have the spirit of prostitution in you, that spirit of tricking within these tricks will just compel the trick to go higher in price. And she has a price. Every prostitute has a motherfucking price. What the fuck you mean? No. All no mean is go up in price. That's all that mean. And it's tricks that's gonna go up in price. So all of that, black pro shit or whatever she done told you motherfuckers on her channel, that's cool. Whatever she said. I'm here to tell you that that's a motherfucking lie. Cynthia G gonna walk down the aisles and make vows with a motherfucking white man if he got enough money to do it. When you got the spirit of prostitution in you, you gonna sit up there and submit when the spirit of tricking is speaking to you. When the spirit of tricking is speaking volumes to the spirit of prostitution within you, you are going to submit and commit. Yes, you are. So she can convince all her little feeble-minded, absent-minded followers that she wouldn't be with no motherfucking white. That's a motherfucking lie. Okay? That is a bold-faced lie. Any woman that got the spirit of prostitution in her, she can't tell you, you know what I mean, that she wouldn't sit up there and marry. She'll marry an ugly. She'll marry an ugly motherfucker. She'll marry a fat motherfucker. She'll marry a short motherfucker. She'll marry a tall motherfucker. As long as he got the money for it. If he could afford it, she gonna be on one accord. If you can afford it, she gonna be on one accord, man. Hit that like button. We should have been over 200 likes by now. The more likes, the more recommendations for this video. The more likes, the more big head ass women we'll have up in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So by all means, hit the like. We need more ladies. There's too many of you ugly ass guys up in here. You know what I mean? The like button is that big ass thumb. So take your thumb and hit that like button and hit the share button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. But a woman that has the spirit of prostitution in her, she can't tell you that she's not gonna marry this man if he got enough money to be married. That's a lie. So, of course, when you say something passionately, black people will go with it. Like, yeah, Cynthia G would never marry a white man. Yeah, that's right, Cynthia. You was just receiving gifts and taking traps, from this white man. You know what I mean? But, you ain't gonna do nothing, that he asks you to do sexually or as far as marriage is concerned, because you got standards. Touch somebody and say them motherfucking standards go out of the window. You understand me? When the spirit of tricking speaks. When the spirit of tricking speaks volumes, hey, watch this. When the spirit of tricking increases, the standards decrease. Let's get back.
I've been asked by white men to get in lingerie and tie them up and torture them. I've been asked by white men if I can just sit on a bed wearing lingerie and if they can pay me to just look at me while I'm sitting in a bed with lingerie. I've been offered weird, strange things from white men that didn't involve sex at all, mind you. Just to be around them. Amar Gabriel said Caucasian males like being treated like that. I lost your comment. Oh, like being treated like that. It's about the chase. Exactly. And the thing of it is they can't deal with a black woman not liking them. Like during the MySpace days, I used to get things on MySpace all the time where white men would just ask me to just do weird stuff for money. And they will pay you too. Now this dude, he gave me all this money and bought stuff and things about that. He did that for a span of a year. Okay, never got anything from me for the span of a year. I remember one time he tried to get me to go into his house or whatever. And we were out eating, I was getting some money. And he goes, oh, I have to stop by my house for something. Do you want to come in? I said, absolutely not. I said, I don't want to come into your house and I don't want you to keep asking me about coming into your home. I'm like, I'll either wait in the car or you can take me home before you go to your house, but I'm not trying to be at your house. No, sir. Because this dude reminded me of someone that probably had collecting bodies in his basement. And what made me stop dealing with him?
Okay. See, that's why I say I appreciate this game. You know what I mean? Because you can't bullshit the game. All right? You just can't bullshit the game. Now, what I will say when an individual gets into, as I like to say, a continuity of spending currency and giving you gifts and things like that, and you accept these things and you're riding in a vehicle with this individual and this individual invites you, in the home, let me say this. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? I don't believe that story went the way that Cynthia is saying that it went. I don't believe that it went that way at all. You know what I mean? Because yeah, you treated yourself, important. You conducted yourself a certain way, in the beginning. But one thing I know, you know what I mean, that and this goes with women outside the lifestyle and women within the lifestyle. Once them gifts come, once that currency come, you know what I mean? They get a level of comfortability. You will notice that. That's how a lot of brides even get killed and things like that, or robbed or raped, you know what I mean, and things like that, because they get comfortable. And it is just so hard for me to believe that without the ism presiding over her, that she just conducted herself perfectly in every situation with this trick ass motherfucker. No, she did not. But, to make things sound good, to keep her image intact, for YouTube, that's cute. That's a cute little storyline. I don't think it's going to get nominated for an Oscar, but it's cool. It's a cool little storyline. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of feeble-minded motherfuckers that's going to buy this shit, but people with the game, no. Did she go into his house? I believe so. You know what I mean? Definitely believe so. You know what I mean? Was it some type of sex, you know what I mean, going on from in the beginning? No. As it continued, yes. 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 You know what I mean? Yes, it did. In the beginning, no. As she continued, yes. You know what I mean? Because you have certain females that have basically in the beginning, the trick wasn't, he wasn't tricking enough. And then once, more gifts came, more money came, she started, loosening up a little bit. So, you can't just tell me that you was just walking around like Mother Teresa all the goddamn time and he just kept, no. But, it's a cute story. It's cute.
And even after I stopped dealing with him, he would mail me stuff for my birthday. Like, I like Michael Jackson, so he found me a bunch of Michael Jackson stuff that was autographed, like a book, a poster, DVDs, and he mailed them to me for my birthday. And this was even after we stopped talking. And this is after we stopped talking. He would still do these things. Now, I don't know what happened to my Michael Jackson merchandise. I wish I would. I think he got...
And I'm going to say this. It never ends the way a bitch said it ended. Let me teach you little youngsters something about this game. Majority of the time, young nigga, it never ended the way a bitch said it began, and end it. Okay? Keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Now, I will say there's a probability that she told the truth, majority of it, but not in totality. No, always know that when it comes to a woman, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, there will be a lie somewhere. There will be something that was, because one thing I've learned about women, all of them don't got the gift of exhortation, but women have the gift of exaggeration. And they know how to make things seem like something is not and really blow shit about a motherfucking proportion. Okay? So you have to, and please get out of your emotions. Some of the ladies, she might be telling the truth, then. She might be, she might be telling the truth, Sin. Listen, when you done been in this game, as long as I've been in the game, as you've been in the game or around the game, as long as I've been around the game, because I'm a YouTuber. I ain't no real pimp. I'm a YouTuber. I just make YouTube videos and just be talking shit, and y'all just like my motherfucking ass. But let me say this to you. That's a lie. You think that she really was Mother Teresa around this motherfucker for that long period of time? You know what I mean? No, I don't want to do that. Well, can I do? No, I don't want to do that. You're a white man. You're an Edomite. And my pussy is only right for the black man. So, you know what I mean? If you look like Esau, I'm going to have to say hell no. No! That ain't how it went. But if y'all want to believe that dumbass shit, then go ahead and believe that dumbass shit. But niggas that's possessed by the game ain't believing it. Let's go.
Got lost in the move, but it probably would have been worth something now that he's dead. But I stopped talking to him even to get money because I had a dream, a really vivid dream of him trying to kill me. Okay, so this is when I stopped dealing with him, because I'm like, okay, the money, I was like, first of all, I'm repulsed by the very presence of this dude. So I was like, that's number one, repulsed by the very presence of him. He looks like a cancer patient, which is why I'm calling him a cancer patient. He wasn't really a cancer patient, by the way.
Okay.
So what I said.
Okay, she smelled something right there. Okay, but let me say this. When she said that she stopped dealing with him, I'm willing to bet your bottom dollar that is not the way that it ended. A lot of times you will have, watch this, you will have women that say some shit like, I would just feel so bad being around him. He was just beneath my presence. And when I would just come around, I would just get so irritated. Everything about him was just so contrary to what I wanted as a woman. And, I just had to end it. I just had to delete him out of my life. I didn't like his energy. I didn't like his appearance. I didn't just like anything about him. He was just a scum. And a woman will tell you that when the truth really was that the bitch asked for something and he didn't provide it. He didn't provide it. She asked for something, requested for something, or told him something, and it wasn't provided. You know what I mean? There was a lot of conversation, but the accumulation wasn't adding up. So when she couldn't count it no more, nothing that he was talking about doing no more counted. And she went on her merry little way. But she got to give you this type of persona as if basically she was so bigger than life, and she got a vision and she got a dream, and she had the Martin Luther Queen prostitute dream that, you know what I mean, that all bitches would be able to be pro-black, you understand me, and collect stacks from white men without sleeping with them and all of this, shit. And after she got out her dream and shit, she said, you know what? I done got enough gifts. I done got enough money. I'm through messing with him. If you want to buy the movie, you can buy that movie. You know what I mean? But this game and me just won't allow me to buy it. I just can't buy it, y'all. But y'all can buy it. She's selling it, but I can't buy it.
That is, I'm not going to deal with him anymore. I don't like being around him. I don't like going out just to meet him. Just me having to go and greet you to take your money. wasn't an issue for me. So I stopped dealing with them.
And I guess y'all believe that too. I guess y'all believe that too. I guess y'all believe that too. Now, let's take everything into consideration. Maybe she asked for something or told him to get something and he didn't provide it. Or maybe she, as hard as it is to believe, y'all, as hard as it is to believe, y'all, or maybe that white man found a woman that looked better than this. Even though I know it's hard to believe, but maybe he found a woman that looked better than this, that carried herself in a more of a way that he was attracted to. You know what I mean? And the more he became attracted to somebody else, he became less attracted to her. Could it be that maybe after he had sex with Cynthia G and he didn't have the head, he didn't took his Edomite nut and wiped his motherfucking Edomite chromosomes on Cynthia G's booty? After he wiped the motherfucking chromosomes on Cynthia G's booty, you know what I mean? He didn't desire her no more. After she finally let him hit, and he had did all of this trick ass shit to have this melanated pussy, and it wasn't half of what he thought it would be in his trick ass mind. Could it be that after he experienced the melanated pussy of Cynthia G, he didn't want to spend no more G's on Cynthia G? Could it be that? I know that my imagination might be going too far, but could it be that? Could it be that? Or am I going too far? Could it be that? That after he got what he wanted, you know what I mean? That he didn't see her in the same light that she carried herself in the beginning. Could it be that? Is it a possibility? All right, let's listen to some more.
From Elisha said, I always say if they're stupid, take the money. Only Sims use money to please women. Well, then you might want to put a new category for white men, because that, and I think that I think they go by stereotyping. I think they go by the stereotype of believing that you can pay black women for sex. I think they do that. I think in their mind, they still have this black female prostitute fantasy where they're buying a prostitute or something. And so to me, I was like, this isn't me using him. I already told him what it was. He wants to date me and I want some money. So the bottom line of it is, if you want me to pay attention to you, I need money. I need bills.
Yes. Just by this, I don't have to say it. Just by what Cynthia G just said, would Cynthia G be a prostitute? According to what Cynthia G just said, would she be a prostitute? Freelance, thank you for the 5. Man, I'm on the floor laughing my ass off, man. I know. Good looking on the 5, bro. I appreciate that. But according to what Cynthia G just said, would Cynthia G be a prostitute? I don't have to say it. She would be a prostitute, right? So I'm not wrong for my title. So the title of this video ain't wrong. I know some people, when they seen the title, oh my God, he got Cynthia G and he's saying she's a prostitute. Christian, thank you for coming for the 2, man. You breaking her down. Thank you for the 2, man. Appreciate that. Whole bunch of ones beat a whole bunch of nuns any day. Good looking. All 340 people up in here, and we only got 213 likes. Let's get them likes above 300. Come on, hit that like button right now. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the share button. Everybody hit the subscribe button. Share this video. Like this video. But based on what Cynthia G just said, would Cynthia G be a prostitute? Because she pretty much, to me, what it sounds like, currency is a necessity in order to go on a date with her. So if this white man or any man of any color wanted to go on a date with her, money was a requirement. And I told you guys that just because you don't have to walk down on a track or post an ad on Backpage, well, Backpage is gone now, whatever site, you know what I mean, new website secretary prostitutes got today. Just because you don't walk up and down the street, just because you're not posting an ad, just because you're not inside of a strip club, sucking and fucking, or sucking and fucking period, that don't mean that you're not a prostitute. If you give your time in exchange for money or exchange for something that was valuable to you, that is prostitution. It's not just your body, which I'm sure Cynthia ended up giving up, and I ain't mad at her, because she ain't no less of a woman for prostituting. Y'all got to sit up there and stop allowing society manipulate you guys. The reason why you guys say the things that you say is because society and religiosity has manipulated you into thinking that prostitution is wrong. They manipulated you into thinking that pimping and hoeing is wrong. You know what I mean? Prostitution is wrong against the game. Why? Because a pimp ain't presiding over the bitch. But damn near every bitch in this world, if you put her in a bad circumstance, she about to prostitute.
Bills paid. You just gotta pay these bills. So, and if you're white, I'm not even you. In order for me to look at you as a white man, you need to pay me. Like a while back, I'm going into the crab pot, and I don't know if anybody heard of the crab pot restaurant. I think it might be just the Seattle restaurant.
And just to be real, do I honestly feel like Cynthia G feels that way? No. But because of the image that she's created on social media, that sounds good for her image. But do I feel like, it irritates her or it's a vexation of spirit for her to look on a white man or look at a white man? No, not at all. But she's created an image on social media, and she does have some game about herself. And I ain't mad at Cynthia for having some game about herself. I applaud her.
But it's kind of like Joe's Crab Shack, but more expensive. So I was taking my mom to the Crab Shack, and while I'm walking in there, this white dude approaches me, right? Because white dudes are always approaching me. I don't know what it is. I thought that I had my anti-white type of, and I don't know I thought I had my aura going where I don't like white people like that. Marcel Amenhotep said, so if you're in a relationship with a brother, would you still take those gifts? I don't know what you mean. You have to elaborate. But anyway, so I'm in a parking lot, and this white dude approaches me. He's in a suit and a long trench coat, looking like a corporate type, right? So I'm trying to park my car, and this dude is like in my business. He's like over here staring. I'm like, okay, what is this dude doing? So then he approaches me, and he gives
lies. The spirit of prostitution within Cynthia G already told her what he was about. The moment that she made eye contact with him, she seen the spirit of tricking. She seen it. So it wasn't no, oh my God, what is he about? Oh my God, why are these white men, messing with me? Oh, why is he? It was none of that. When she seen him, he looked like the corporate world. Right. He looked like some money. He looked like he had something going on. He looked like I can break his motherfucking ass. And so because he looked like I could break his motherfucking ass, I began to stare. But yeah, let's go ahead.
Me his card, and
let's continue to hear the movie.
Says he's a magician and all this other stuff. He asked me to contact him. I'm like, okay, if you're a magician, then turn yourself into a black man, and then I'll talk to you. But
sounds good.
But anyway, so I get him to leave me alone because I'm taking my mom to Crab Pot, which is extremely expensive, by the way. His first mistake was that he didn't offer to pay for it. So that's your first mistake.
No, it's not.
No, I'm going to Crab Pot. So I go in there. I'm sitting there, we're getting ready to eat our meal. This dude said he's a magician, but he hasn't transferred himself into a black man. He hasn't turned himself magically into a black man, so whatever. He comes into the Crab Pot with this black woman with a messed up weave. Let me tell you, her weave was just way too messed up, okay? He comes in there with this black woman with a messed up weave talking about he met her off of POF. And the dude sits right in the table next to us. I said, if you don't get all the way out of here, okay? I'm like, I can't. He comes in here with this woman. She has a weave that looked like it was drugged behind a car, and then she took it and put it on top of her head. And he comes in there and sit right behind us. Right behind us in the crab pot. I was like, I can't with these, I can't. And it's like, so did you think that if you came in here with a black woman that somehow that was going to make me desire? Like, I don't know what's going on in their minds. I'm like, I'm not.
I could just tell with this hairstyle that Cynthia got right here, you can't tell her nothing.
I'm going to desire you.
Which is why that's hilarious.
Because you show up, I feel like you're low-key stalking me. Because mind you, we were almost done with our meal. That man was out there for quite a bit. There's a lot of restaurants on that waterfront strip, so he could have went anywhere. He comes in,
the transsexual that Howard, the motherfucking what's your boy name? What's your boy name that's been on bullshit lately? They just out here with the bullshit now. Used to be a beast on Orlando Magic. Dwight Howard, that's right. The bitch, you understand? This bitch looked just like the dude Dwight Howard was messing with. And no offense to O'Shea, you know O'Shea, my brother, because he had, you know me, I'm a carnal dude. You know I ain't right with God. So O'Shea invited me on the show one time, and he had different people on there, and he said that he had some women. So the moment that he learned that he said he had some women on the show, I asked him, I said, oh, you got some women on there? Who you got? You know what I mean? And he named the women, and I didn't know how they look. So I said, how that one look? How this one look? And he told me, you know what I mean, the Cynthia G, you know what I mean, she look cool. She look good, you know? And like I said, every man has a different preference. Now, for my preference, Cynthia G ain't it. And I might not be it for her. But Cynthia G is not my preference. But I know that she could be, you know, the preference of a lot of you guys. But for me, she kind of looked like the dude that Dwight Howard was messing with. The dude that just tried to expose Dwight Howard, Cynthia G looked just like that nigga. They look like twins and shit. Now, I ain't mad at Cynthia G, nor do I dislike her. I actually like that she's out here charging motherfuckers and got more sense than a lot of you motherfucking bitches out there. So I like Cynthia G just because of that. So don't think just because her appearance don't do it for me that I got something against Cynthia G, because I don't. You know what I mean? Even though Cynthia G look like Dwight Howard's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, you know what I mean? She all right with me because she charging these white dudes. And you know what I mean? She charging them. She got that if you know me, you owe me attitude. And she had sense enough to get a multitude out of multitude of white men. I ain't mad at the bitch. Continue.
Here. And he has this black woman here. And then he
hit that like button
right next to me. In the table right next to me. And I'm there with my mom and my sister. And I'm like, okay, why is this dude acting like he's a stalker? Like, I don't know what he's trying to prove.
Click on that like button right now. Let's
like,
get it over 300.
I'm going to use him, but now he can't even be a wallet. I wouldn't even use him for a wallet just based on that, because you're not going to sit up here and basically stalk me. But that's why I don't get the whole assertion that somehow black women can't get white men if they want to, or that white men, like, I don't know where these dudes are getting this from.
Right.
I can't get white men to stop approaching me.
I
Whether
believe
it's
you.
online or in person, I cannot get them to stop approaching me. And I wish that.
Let me tell you something. Most black females who have strong features in their face, you know what I mean? Because anybody know me know I love black women of all colors. But the handsome black females, because not all, you know, when I say black women are beyond beautiful or beautiful, I don't mean just physically. I'm talking in totality. I'm talking in other areas as well. But as far as to the eye, every black female or woman is not going to be pleasing to your eye. So for all these guys putting on every black queen, every black woman is beautiful in the eyesight of God. I mean, that's cool. You know what I mean? If you're a spiritual man or a positive dude, that's what's up. If you're a positive spiritual dude or a subconscious dude pretending to be conscious, you know what I mean? That's what the fuck you're supposed to say. But you will notice that most black females that have like Patrick Ewing features in their face, most that got them Manute Bol, Hakeem Olajuwon features in their face, a lot of white guys is attracted to them, okay? Because it's still the best of both worlds. Because she got a pussy, she got her titties, she might have a little ass, but the bitch look like a motherfucking man. She look like Holiday Hearts. You know what I mean? And if you find you a female, a lot of them white guys like females with strong faces that got like a masculine character because he want to be spanked. He want to be told what to do. He want a black female to say, come here, bitch. You know what I mean? She want that. Matter of fact, you remember in American Pimp, you remember when Noti was like, come here, bitch. You got a problem with the fuck I said? Yeah, a lot of these white motherfuckers, they want a black bitch to do them like that. And they want a bitch to look a certain way so it could be believable. Some of these white males really want to be controlled. They want to be spanked. They want to crawl on the floor. You know what I mean? That's what they want. They want to be treated like the bitches that they are. So they don't want somebody that, you know, is all petite. They don't want some Jada Pinkett looking ass bitch trying to be something that she ain't. They want a Cynthia G. They want something that's strong. They want something that's Patrick Ewing looking. You know what I mean? To sit up there, you understand me, and, you know, tell him what the fuck he supposed to do. He want a bitch to look like that. You know what I mean? A motherfucker that look like Ewald, or a motherfucker that look like, as I like to say, Mookie Blaylock, a Sam Cassell looking ass bitch to sit up there and say, bring your white ass here. He want that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I ain't mad at him for his preference. You know what I mean? And let me say this. The bras that look like Cynthia G in the game, them was the best thieves. Niggas in the game know what I'm talking about. In the lifestyle of pimping and whoring, most bitches that look like this, they be from Milwaukee. They be from Memphis. They be from New Orleans. You can find a lot of bitches that look like this in New Orleans. You can find a lot of bitches that look like this in Memphis. You can find a lot of bitches that look like this and they from Milwaukee. Real shit. And they some of the coldest thieves, nigga, on the planet. Them strong-faced bitches, they be the coldest thieves in the world. You know what I mean? Bitch ain't afraid to steal shit. She ain't afraid to get knocked the fuck out. The bitch already knows she look a goddamn fool. All right, let's get into this.
They would. I wish they would act like they don't see me. I wish they would act non-existent towards me, but they never do. It's just, I don't know where black men are getting these notions from, that somehow white men who have literally always desired black vagina, even over their own wives. I don't know where they're getting this notion that black women.
I don't know where they're getting it from either. That's a lie.
I don't understand where that's coming from. They're not. Shorty Womp Womp said white men aren't hard to get. They're not, and especially if you're a black woman, they're definitely not hard to get.
Facts.
Let me tell you, if a black woman wants to come up, if she's smart, she can come up off of a white man and never open her legs one time except to walk out the door.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. That's true. But what she has to say, see, I gotta just bring this game. That's true, but that's true with all races, but not the whole population, though. That's true. There are some people in every population of people that will do exactly what she's saying. But don't try to make it seem like everybody within the white man population is just going to accept the fact that you're a black woman and I'm just so happy to be in your presence and I'm just going to break myself and give you all of the presents because I'm just so happy to my maker to be in your presence. Every white trick ain't going to feel like that. What I teach y'all, whenever you try to judge a whole population by some of the representation that you've dealt with or seen, you're going to get the wrong definition and vision about that population. Because you're judging the whole population by the representation that you dealt with. And that's too small. That is too small of a population. That's too small. Just dealing with the ones that you dealt with, that's small. That is small. So, okay, let's deal with, see what I mean? He said Cynthia G is so sexy. See, everybody don't share my preference. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, I ain't against Cynthia G because Cynthia G got enough sense than a lot of you broads. Cynthia G out here charging motherfuckers. And I don't got a problem with it. You know what I mean? Somebody go tell Cynthia G, I said, what's up? You know what I mean? Blessings to her. I ain't got nothing against her. Now, me on the other hand, because of my preference, no, you're not going to see me with Cynthia G. You know what I mean? Because Cynthia G look like she know how to fight, and I might yell at Cynthia G, and Cynthia G might beat my motherfucking ass. She got some strong motherfucking features in her face, and I ain't about to get my ass whooped, and she ain't about to record the shit and put the shit on YouTube, so I ain't gonna play with her. Okay, let's get to this shit.
Now, if I was married to a white man for any length of time, I would become one of the most wealthiest black women on the face of the earth, because I would the only time in a scenario, if I was going to do that, it would have to be a billionaire. And then he would have to be giving me, I would have to have a prenup that says, upon termination of this marriage, you're going to give me half of your money.
So in the beginning, she said that she would never marry a white man. How many remember that? In the beginning of the video, she said that she would never marry a white man. Hello? Am I the only one that heard that? In the beginning, Cynthia G said that she would never marry a white man. But as we continue to listen to the video, we see that she has a price tag on her. Just like I said. And she didn't even need to say that. Because whenever you got the spirit of prostitution in you, there's always a price tag on you. There's always a deal to be made when you have the spirit of prostitution within you. Ain't no such thing as I won't, I never. That means that the price needs to rise. That's what that means. And I'm not talking about the hoes. I'm talking about the prostitutes. There's a difference. But for the prostitute that is not being governed by the game, she just being governed by, she wants some money and she in exchange her time or some pussy or head or whatever to get some money. She might tell you that she might not marry a white man, but Cynthia G just came back later on in the beginning. She said that she would never marry a white man. But as she continues on, we see that she got exactly what I said in the beginning. She got a price tag. So if that white man come with the right amount of money, Cynthia G about to quit all of this pro-black shit, all them videos is going down, all of that shit. She gonna sit up there and tell y'all she got a new revelation and some more shit as long as that white man got enough money. Cynthia G can be bought. And I ain't mad at her for being bought.
Getting automatically, no questions asked.
I just wanted to reach it to a pimp.
Half of your money. At least half of your money. Now, other things, whether you give me more, can be negotiated, but we will not negotiate less than
there we go.
That would just be the reality of it. Because if I'm in a slum, you're gonna make it worth my while. I'm not gonna marry you. I'm not gonna be your bed wench. This would have to be a business decision, and that means I'm owning whatever you own. Whatever you own, I need to be half ownership of that, and I need to get half your money. I'm not gonna just lay up with you. This is in plantation times where you just get to come over here.
See, she's just saying things that sound good. To be real, he ain't even got to do all of that. To be real, he don't have to do all of that. He ain't got to give up half. He ain't got to give up this shit she talking about. She'll get married for less than that. Why? Because money is bigger than the message. When you are a prostitute, you might just have a message. You being a prostitute don't stop you from having a message for the masses. But the masses should know that the value of $1 is more valuable than the message to you. Money is more important than the message to you. Because if you truly abhor white men the way that you say that you abhor white men, then you would not have a price tag on you. So no, you do not abhor white men like that. See, the reason why all these black males are angry at Cynthia G is because they don't have no game to see right through her motherfucking ass. But see, when you a man, and especially a man that's governed by game, a bitch talking all of this shit, that don't move you. That don't move nothing. It's just another bitch talking. So, all right, play this.
And lay up, and I'm not going to benefit from it. I'm benefiting from it. And if I have to benefit from it on a small scale level where you're paying all of my bills and buying me stuff and funding my life for me for a year, and I don't have to give you anything, then that's fine. I'm going to do that. Lavender Spices said, I think it's like an
hit that like button. Let's get over 300.
Most betas can't fathom not having access to a woman, even the woman of their own race. Exactly. Zoe Bound said white men don't have a hard time getting black women. Well, especially after they've conquered black men. They sure don't now that they've conquered black men. Because now you have a bunch of black women running over there because they've already conquered and neutered most of these black men. So, that's called a natural reaction and a natural occurrence. Whenever there's a group of men and they conquer a group of, and they're being conquered, you automatically get their women. That's a part of doing that. Look, y'all can find this white dude. His name is Eric. Y'all can find that white dude and ask him, did he give me money and did I have sex with him? He will say he didn't.
That was amazing how Cynthia said, if y'all could find this white dude, his name is Eric. Like y'all was like, oh shit, that's his name? Okay, I'll be back. We about to go find Eric. I ain't gonna lie, that was funny as hell. Like y'all was just gonna pause the video and go outside and go looking for Eric. Hey, Eric! Hey! Did Cynthia G just break you off without you breaking her off? Was Cynthia G just breaking you without you breaking her off? Is this true, Eric? Like we were just gonna go out into the streets and look for all of the Erics. Come on, bitch.
He didn't have sex with me. Yes, he gave me a lot of money. Now I just told y'all his name. Y'all can go find him. Okay. All I know is he owned a business in Portland. So. Y'all can go find him.
Okay, wait a minute.
Give me money. No, I know.
That is enough information. His name is Eric, and he got a business in Portland. So that should be easy. Y'all enjoy y'all journey now.
Never had sex with him, never kissed him, never hugged him. Ever. And if anybody were to go ask that man, if he said yes, he would get a lawsuit. And I hope he would lie so that I could sue him and take that business that he owns. But I never had sex with him. Ever. And I never kissed him, and I never did anything, and I wouldn't. But yes, I got a lot of money from him. And I'm happy about it. I'm not ashamed about it. And I would take anybody's money again if I had the opportunity. I'm not going to discriminate against a white man's money. I'm never going to.
I like her mentality. Listen, I like that. I like that. Even though she's full of shit, even though Cynthia G is full of shit, I like the fact that she is not going to discriminate again, even though she talk all that pro-black shit. You know, she say some things that's pretty, meaningful to y'all, and y'all be like, ooh, Cynthia G smart. I like how Cynthia G sit up there, you know what I mean, and could get on different platforms, and she could say that shit. They get all these black males irritated and frustrated, you know what I mean? But outside of YouTube, she will break on a white man. I like that. She about to talk all that Mustafa shit and all of that, you know what I mean, black conscious shit. She gonna sit up there and talk all of this, you understand me, pro-black shit. But after she finished doing that, she about to break on her white trick. And I ain't mad at her for that. She is not going to discriminate. She is going to accumulate off the white man. She is going to break his motherfucking ass. I like that. And ladies, I want to say to you, if this woman who looks like motherfucking Dwight Howard's ex-boyfriend can sit up there, you understand me, and break on Eric, sweet little Eric in Portland with the business, then bitch, you need to be about your motherfucking business and stop talking from motherfucking free and get you a fee around this motherfucker. That's the fuck you need to do. You need to stop sitting over there having free conversations and inboxes and DMs and shit and talking hours on the phone to a motherfucker that you think that's cute and pretty and all of that shit, bitch. And your phone bill is due. Your cable bill is due. Your rent is due. Your car note is due. And you talking to him because he got a motherfucking big dick because he done sent you a picture of a dick or he bragging about how good he eat pussy and shit. Well, bitch, after he finished sitting over there licking your ass, bitch, you still gonna need some cash to pay these motherfucking bills. How about that, though? You know what I mean? See, Cynthia G talk all of this shit, but she ain't so full of shit where she ain't afraid to sit up there and get her motherfucking money. And I can fuck with a bitch like this. I don't got nothing against Cynthia G. I be seeing so many niggas in their feelings and shit crying. I don't like Cynthia G. You know what I mean? She be talking. I don't feel that way about Cynthia G. From what I'm seeing, shit, she all right with me. Shit. Cynthia G looks strong as a motherfucker. You understand me? Cynthia G look like she could beat somebody's ass and she charging white men for cash. Shit, she my type of motherfucking bitch. When I go out with Cynthia G, I'm gonna be safe. She gonna beat motherfuckers up for talking crazy, and she gonna charge a white man. Cynthia G cool as hell. Shit. Got Cynthia G fucked up. Let's hear this.
I don't see what the problem is. I already said
I don't see what the problem is.
So nobody should care about that. I'm saying it for you. I'm not pro-black, so you don't have.
Oh, she's not, but she is.
They're taking.
Okay, Cynthia G said that she's not pro-black, but you know, when you speak on certain subjects and you speak on it a certain way, people are going to make you pro-black. Just because, like me, I'm not in a religion. I'm not in nobody's denomination. But because the way my views on certain things, people will say I'm a black Hebrew Israelite, or they'll say that I'm a Muslim. Some will say I'm a Christian. You know what I mean? All because of those type of views. Miss Love, ain't nobody hating on her, baby. Sit down. If anything, you need to be asking God why he hated on your face. If that's if that profile picture is your face, you need to be asking God why did he hate on you. Okay, let's get back to this video.
Something from me by withdrawing a title that I didn't even claim to want. I never said I was pro-black, so take the pro-black card. You can have it if you want it. I don't care. It's dusty anyway. My thing is, I have more of a problem with the black women who don't get all their money. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lay down with you, give you my body, right, and take your name and be your so-called wife when in reality I'm just a plantation fantasy. Right. And not come up with it. Right. I'm not going to come up. I'm only half your, I'm making it, if I'm bed wenching, I'm making it worth my while. Please believe that. Please do believe that if I'm bed wenching, I'm bed wenching with a cause, like George Lucas's wife. Cheryl said, I sure did. I used to get shit paid heavy. I didn't even let these idiots hold my hand. I only did this to white men, though. Exactly.
Okay, that was the end. Hold on. So, let me fix it. I don't have no problem with Cynthia G. So that's why, you know, when she came in talking about, why you hating on Cynthia G? You know what I mean? Why God hating on you? But, okay, let me turn this down. There we go. So I can look at y'all comments. Hit that like button right now. Come on now. Now that I'm back, it's 372 people watching. Hit that like button right now. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the share button right now. Let's get them likes over 300. The more likes, the more recommendations. The more likes, the more people will come up in here. Shouts out to the Art of Dialogue. You know what I mean? But let's get them likes over 300. Let's hurry up so we can work on 100. But let me say this to you guys, for those who had just came in. So you, because I know some was like, why do Sin be saying that? There is a difference between a hoe and a prostitute. Now, those of you that come from the ghetto or around ghetto folk, I know when you hear the word hoe, you're thinking of somebody who's promiscuous. You're thinking of an individual who pretty much just sells pussy or oral sex. They sell fellatio, or cunnilingus for that matter, and you call her a hoe, But in all honesty, the female who is promiscuous, who's not getting paid, is a slut, okay? And the female who basically is in her community or outside of her community, but still has enough sense to charge a currency for the sexual activity that she's having with individuals in the community and outside of the community, you know what I mean? She is a prostitute. Why? Because she's wise enough to get some distributes for the fornication that she's having with different individuals in the community and outside of the community. Okay? So you have, bitches who have pussies that are a non-profit, organization. And then you have bitches whose pussy is, you understand me, an all-profit organization from all nations type of bitch. You dig? Simplicity. But a hoe is a woman. Remember that I taught you this. A hoe is a woman, because you have to be just like you got to be a man first before you're a pimp. You have to be a woman first before you're a hoe. Okay? You have to be a woman first before you're a hoe. Because there's going to be certain situations to occur within the lifestyle of hoeing that if you're not a woman, you're not going to be able to do what's vital to the title of a hoe simply because you're not a woman. When you are a female, then pretty much you are going to basically allow somebody to minimize you for the price of anything, simply because you're not a woman, you don't have no standards. And when you are, a female, you're not a woman, because a woman is a position. A female is the gender. So we have a lot of black females, white females, and et cetera, who are prostitutes, or even in the so-called hoe game. They're professing to be hoes, but in all reality, you can't be a hoe if you're not no woman. You got to be a woman first. That's a position that has to be earned. You got to have principles about yourself. You got to have some loyalty about yourself. You got to have respect for a man when you're a woman. And not every female is a woman. So, not everybody that professes to be a hoe is a hoe, because you must be valuable. You must be, you understand me, a woman that upholds principle above anything and everything. Before you could call yourself a hoe, you got to be a woman. So with that being said, a lot of y'all wouldn't even qualify to be a hoe because you're not a woman. So with that being said, you know what I mean? A hoe is a woman that complies and applies the information of a pimp every day. Let me say that again. A hoe is a woman who complies and applies the information, instructions of a pimp each and every day. The mentality of a hoe is, what can I do to be a greater woman, a greater female participant of the game? What can I do to fulfill this man's instructions, every day, all day? What can I do to be the best female representation of this man's information? This is the mentality of a hoe. What can I read? What gym can I go to raise my marketability? What could I read that's going to increase my intellectual capacity? What could I do to be a better woman, a better female representation of this man's information? That's a hoe. I want to raise my marketability. I want to raise my intellectual capacity. I want to fulfill, everything that he told me in totality each and every day on a daily. This is the mentality of a hoe. What can I do? He has this, but it's so much that he doesn't have. What could I do to bring him more? I'm submitted and committed to the wheel of this game. That's a hoe. If she don't have that mentality, if she don't have a pimp presiding over her, she's not a hoe. Stop calling these women hoes. Because if she don't have a pimp, and if she don't got the mentality that I just described, she's not no hoe. She's not a hoe. All right? So stop disrespecting hoes. There's a difference between prostitutes and hoes. Cynthia G is a prostitute. That's what Cynthia G is. Okay? Cynthia G is a prostitute. And I just pick people who you guys know in the public. Since Cynthia G is known in the public, Cynthia G is what you would call a prostitute. Pancake, which y'all call Divine Brown, that was a hoe. At one time, Divine Brown, who the streets know, is Pancake. You know what I mean? No, you're not paying for pussy either way. The pimping ain't paying for no pussy. Put that away. You know what I mean? No, the pimping not paying for no pussy. Don't just be saying anything and everything, but if you got the spirit of tricking in you, the spirit of tricking is going to compel you to trick for the pussy. It's going to compel you to trick for a woman's time. That's what you're going to do. And you have no choice. Why? Because that spirit is in you. It's in you. You know what I mean? So just to be all the way, 100, you know what I mean, with you, just keeping it real, Divine Brown, hoe. Cynthia G, prostitute. And just about every bride that's in this comment section and every bride that's going to end up seeing this video after it's over is a prostitute. Why? Because if you was in a bad circumstance, you going to suck and you going to fuck your way out of that bad circumstance. You're going to make your situation better. You're going to find shelter. You're going to do that. So since you're going to sit up there, you understand, not even just that, some of you don't even got to be put in a bad circumstance. You don't got to be put in a bad circumstance. No, you don't. Some of you, just to get a raise on your job, you're going to give up some pussy. Some of you to sit up there and increase in your finances, you're going to give up some pussy. Some of y'all right now to get, go to a church. You know what I mean? You go to a church. You know what I mean? Some of y'all right now to get certain positions in your church right now. If your pastor, if your so-called disaster, not all pastors, but some of them, everybody not a man of God. What's up, sunshine? You know what I mean? Everybody not no man of God. Some of y'all right now, to be a choir director, if your pastor was on that, you would do what you got to do. It's something that you a prostitute for. And like I've said many times, some of you, I'm a wife. I can't be a prostitute. You know what I mean? No, baby, you listen wrong. You know what I mean? I said just about. You know what I mean? And just to be real, if you were put in the right position to feed yourself and put food in your mouth, you would put a dick in your mouth. Yeah, you would. If you say anything contrary to that, you're telling me a lie. If you didn't have any food, and if you was thirsty, if you was hungry, and if you and you in a land full of tricks, and you hungry at the time, and you got to suck dick or do something for shelter, yeah, you gonna do it, baby. Yeah, but it's based on circumstance. See what I mean? It's based on circumstance. You know what I mean? That's still a prostitute, baby. So no woman has the right to put herself above another woman. I'm greater than this woman. I'm greater than that woman. You know, or look down on the Cynthia G's in the world simply because you never walked a track or you never dated a white man. As I often always say, some of y'all done sat up there and dated 8 balls with no MJG. He looked like 8 ball with no MJG, but you sat up there and gave up that ass to him. Why? Because at that moment, you know what I mean, you was in need and he was in a position to fulfill your needs, so you fulfilled his sexual needs. That's what you did. You know what I mean? If a motherfucker the size, and rest in peace, if a motherfucker the size of Big Pun and he got the funds, you gonna let that motherfucker have fun. Why? Because you needed them funds that he got. You know what I mean? No, baby, you misinterpret, but I ain't gonna go back and forth. I don't be going back and forth with no woman. What I said was law. You know what I mean? You take it however you want to take it. You know what I mean? No matter how good a teacher is teaching, no matter how good a preacher is preaching, somebody gonna come out with the wrong interpretation of what the preacher and teacher said. But what I will say is, I'm not saying that all women are prostitutes. Okay? But I am saying that the spirit of prostitution is in the flesh of all women, of every woman. So I believe that every woman is not capable of being a hoe. Let me say that again. Every female, every woman is not capable of being a hoe. But every female is capable of being a prostitute. Paul said in Romans 7:18, for I know that is in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. So in this flesh, there's no good thing. The only reason why some of you haven't participated in certain lifestyles and got involved in certain things is because of the mercies of God on your life. It ain't no goodness of your own. You have uncleanness, ungodliness, and sinful ways in your flesh. And all it takes is the right situation to operate what's inside of your flesh, which is uncleanness and ungodliness. Some of you have been in certain situations and you went all your life being one way, and then you met one individual, or you was in a certain situation and you had a certain encounter, and all of a sudden you begin to feel something that you ain't never felt in your life. That's because it was already in you. In all reality, the individual didn't even turn you out. The individual revealed what was already in you. Why? Because that spirit was in your flesh. The enemy already knew your flesh. The enemy already knew your father and mother's flesh. The enemy already knew, you understand me, your family in chronological order. The enemy know your family. He know all the genealogy of your family. So he know what's in you better than you know what's in you. Some of you got some things in you right now, and the only reason why it ain't been revealed is because of the mercies of God on your life. It ain't because you just so manly. It ain't just because you so womanly. It ain't because you so smart or gamed up. All praise and due to the mercies of God. You know what I mean? It's all due to the mercies of Yah. That's it. Some of you, you know what I mean, got some ways about you right now. And if you was, you understand me, around certain people, that's what you would have been. The only reason why certain females and certain women are not prostituting or didn't become hoes is because you wasn't in the right environment. or the right situation didn't present itself. Because if it did, by all means, you would have got involved. And you would have evolved into a cold asshole. Because it was already in you. It was in your mama. It was in your grandmama. It was in your great-great-great-great-grandmama. Some of them was catching dates in the slavery days. It's all in your flesh. Some of y'all don't even know what's in you until the right situations or the right encounters with different people show you what's in your flesh. But Paul said, and he said this is a righteous man. This is when Paul had accepted salvation. He was an apostle at the time. But he said, if I know that is in me, that dwelleth in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. Go ahead and go check it out. Romans the 7th chapter and the 18th verse. There's no good thing in the flesh. When Adam decided to eat of that fruit with the second Adam, which became Eve after sin had came into the garden, after Adam tasted of that fruit, he allowed a whole spirit of wickedness, spirit of... That's why the scripture says that man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. You know what I mean? You born in your flesh. You born wanting that. You know what I mean? Some of y'all got some very unclean, nasty, freakish ways. And I want you to know the ways that you have, you ain't the first motherfucker in your family to feel that way. Some of y'all would have known more about yourself if you would have had a good relationship with your mama. Some of y'all would have knew about that horror spirit, that individuality, if you would have had a better relationship with your parents. But due to the lack of communication with your parents, you don't know everything that is within you. So please, by all means, nothing that I said, I've made a few jokes here and there, but nothing that I said was to look down on prostitutes or Cynthia G for that matter. Hell no. Look down on Cynthia G. She out here charging the shit out of white men, you know what I mean, and everything, and doing what she want to do. And I like the fact that she say whatever the hell she gonna say, and y'all gonna support her anyway. And I don't want you to stop supporting her. If she's sitting over there breaking on white men and they supporting her, by all means. I just wish she'd sit up there, you understand me, and, you know, talk to a man that's governed by some ism, some knowledge and wisdom, and take some of that support and pay for some of that game so she could charge him a whole lot more. The more game, the more gain. Touch somebody and say, the more G-A-M-E, the more G-A-I-N. The more G-A-M-E you get, the more G-A-I-N you'll get in life. You need more game. Touch somebody else and say, you need more game, nigga. Touch the other motherfucker around about you and say, you need more game, bitch. You know what I mean? You're doing good, but you could do greater. You in need of this game. You know what I mean? We all in need of this game. We need more game. That's all we need. We need more game. Because Cynthia G could have got more out that white man if she was dealing with a pimp. You know what I mean? If Cynthia G was listening, and I'm a YouTuber, I'm not no pimp. You know what I mean? So I don't want nobody to say, ooh, he over there. No. You know what I mean? I'm just a YouTuber, a square, talking about shit I ain't never done. But in my square ass opinion, I believe that Cynthia G could have seduced and reduced that motherfucking, you understand me, white man for more money if she had more game from the pimping. If Cynthia G had more game, especially some game from the pimping, Cynthia G would have ran more circles around that white boy. Yes, she would have. Cynthia G would have had more of a field day with that white man. And the reason, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you some game. Come on, man. You didn't already said that enough, bro. You need to keep putting that in the comment section. But let me tell you something. And in this situation that I'm talking about, I gave more game. I was younger at the time, but I gave more game. Some of y'all should already know this story. And I got a few still like it, but let me tell this one. It was a white bride that I was endeavoring to have at one time. And this was during the time when I was in Louisville, okay? And this white bride, without me even saying it, some of y'all already know what I'm talking about. This particular white bitch that I had got, she come from, she come basically from the somebody, I ain't gonna say name dropper. You know what I mean? Let's just say this particular gentleman that I'm talking about, he's from Dallas. Okay? And he's known to do his thing. You know what I mean? Let's just say that. You know what I mean? This particular black man that I'm talking about, he known to do his thing. All right? And this particular broad that I got from him, pretty as hell, big old titties, cool little markability, and all of that. So, what I mean? She sit up there and get out of bounds and, she sit up there, you understand me, and do what she was supposed to do. She's endeavoring to fulfill the prerequisites so things can be, nice with us. I wanted things to be exquisite between her and myself. So she had to fulfill requirements. You know what I'm talking about. So fast forwarding, this particular guy sends her a picture of his dick. All right? A lot of these guys, they be thinking that's the best way to knock a bitch. Send a picture of his dick. I guess when you don't got no pimping or information, you know what I mean? Let me do this for you, because fam. Okay? But, when you don't have no information, you know what I mean? I guess they send dick pictures. Like, damn, man, the bitch ain't, let your next move be your best move. And everything will run real smooth. Yeah. Let your words turn into verbs, baby. Yeah, Jack. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, bitch, you know what I mean? What you gonna do when this pimpin' get on you? And once they find out that didn't work, like, damn, I gotta come up with something else. I know. I'm gonna take my dick out. Where my motherfucking ruler at? Put my ruler on the table, put my dick on the table. This bitch about to choose around this motherfucker. Hit that like button. Let's get them likes over 300. But, you know what I mean? She about to choose. You didn't choose off that? All right, bitch, I'm about to pull out some real game now. I'm taking my dick out now, bitch. You better choose off. Yeah, now what? Yeah, yeah, put my dick on the table now. Yeah, she about to choose. So she tells me that this guy who's supposed to be a pimp, not gonna put his name out there, but he's another so-called pimp in Texas. He's another so-called P out there in Texas. And this particular so-called P, he was about 4 deep at the time. You know what I mean? He's about 4 deep. So he sends a picture of his dick to this white bitch, you know what I mean, that I'm presiding over, which I got, you know what I mean, from this one particular P, you know what I mean, that's going through some things, and may the mercy of God be with him right now. But he set up there sending a dick picture like the bitch was going to thank her maker because she didn't seen a black dick. So, you know what I mean, the bitch tell me, and instantly, because I'm a spiritual man and not a carnal man, my knowledge of the game, my knowledge of spirituality collaborated together. See, but you can never have these type of thoughts if you've never had the experiences, not just the experience, if you don't read. But the moment that he did that, my mind began to go into the Word of God. And I know that a man is reduced, you know what I mean, to the price of bread. You understand me? A whorish woman, that's what she does. Proverbs taught me that. The Word of God taught me about the lust of a man. The Word of God taught me about the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. So the moment that I began to think, I said, you know what I mean? The spirit of the game began to minister to me. I say, this is what you're going to do. You gonna tell him that, you know what I mean, that you are pretty much, I mean, you in a situation, and because you are in a situation that, you know what I mean, your financial situation ain't good right now. And when you say a situation, of course, he gonna ask you, what's the situation? I want you to say, well, you know, I just sat up there, which was true. You know what I mean? I was with somebody for 2 years, and, you know, I gave him so much loyalty. I gave him so much money. And I gave that man my everything, only to end up with nothing. And I told myself that the next man that I allow myself to be with, he gonna have to show me that he got as much as loyalty as I have, or at least meet me halfway, because I can't look like Boo Boo the Fool again. I came in with the biggest choosing fee. I gave that man all my time. I went against family. I went against religious beliefs, all for this man, only in the end to end up with nothing. And I don't want that to happen again. So, next man that I get involved with, he got to understand that I don't want to be manipulated or taken advantage of. I know my worth, and I don't want to be in that situation again. And not to mention, I'm a mother, because she did have a son. I'm a mother, and I don't want to be asked out in a fucked up situation with my son. So I can't do that again. I'm a mother, and I'm a loyal woman, and I deserve better. And I said, when you say that, because he is governed by the spirit of lust, and when a man has lust for you, he will spend every dollar that says, in God we trust, on you. The spirit of lust will compel him to give you everything that you desire. Why? Because you're the best definition of what he desires at that time. So we have to play on the spirit of lust with him, because no pimp that is governed by the game would ever send a picture of his dick to a hoe. This man is governed by the spirit of lust. So he is in violation. So by all means, he needs to be violated. So when she told him that, just like I told her he would, he sat up there and he said, oh, you know what I mean? I totally understand. That's why I told you. You know what I mean? You was messing with that situation, but that situation, don't judge others. You know what I mean? Just like, because I just know how niggas is. You know, no, you know what I mean? I'm different. He was pretty much going to say he was different. And I wanted her to come back just like she did. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I need you to sit up there and prove to me that you're different. What point of reference do I have to prove that you're different? Because right now, I just think this is the wrong time. I'm even sorry that I wasted your time. I got bills that's due. I got my son. You know what I mean? And I'm not even making what I should be making. I'm just like really getting back on my feet. And he was like, well, what bills do you got? Got them just where we need them. He said, what bills do you got? She said, I got a phone bill. She said, I got rent. She said, I got a car note. And she said, right now, my money is funny. And right to this day, this particular nigga, he keeps it cute with me because he know I know his business. I got confirmation of this information. I still got the screenshots. And I got the motherfucking Western Union. The bitch paid my phone bill off of him. The bitch had a reunion with Western Union off of him. The bitch had her motherfucking car note paid, rent paid, all that, all because of him. So, you know, the bitch, you know, she sent me that. And, you know, because I was so young and so eager to prove how beautiful my mind was, but in all honesty, it was really too much game, even for this little lame, because, you know, she didn't even know what to do with that. You know, a beautiful mind, you know what I mean, would have did a little bit something more with that. But, you know, I'd even gave her too much, but not really, because she didn't have time to really operate the way she was supposed to with that information. But the bitch sit up there and sent it. And of course, when she sat up there and sent my money, paid my bill, you know what I mean? Because at that time, you know, when I was in Louisville, you know what I mean, until I had knocked her, man, I was having hard times in Louisville. Damn near every bitch that I was knocking out in Louisville was on crystal meth. 1 week, man, I lied to you not, man. I went through so many motherfucking bitches firing them because they had a problem with meth. The spirit of crystal meth is strong in Louisville. And anybody know about Louisville, man, they know that it's got the worst strip clubs in the planet. So, you know, a motherfucker was going through some hard times in Louisville, Kentucky at this particular time. But when that bitch came with that little, you understand me, at that motherfucking time, because that wasn't the first time she sent. You know, I always keep my stories 100. Because the first ever little, I don't even want to call it a trap, she sent a little 500. You know what I mean? She sent a little 500. Then after that, she sent another little 7 and some change. But him, it was about 11 something. It was about 1100 and some change. And once he sent that little 1100, I knew that we could get him for more. And that's why I kept giving the bitch more Oscar award winning scripts to run on him. And you understand me, the bitch charged him till he didn't want to be charged no more. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean, the bitch sat up there and kind of like fuck shit up because she was talking about, you know what I mean, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to let your bitches know that you out here tricking. You out here tricking. And this motherfucker sat up there, bitch, I'll kill you. Bitch, you and I knew he was serious. You know what I mean? But he was operating in the spirit of lust so cold. The spirit of lust is so cold that he's sending her text messages. You texting her your dick. You texting her tricking shit within the... See, like, what did I tell y'all? When a man's dick is alive, he's brain dead. He didn't even have sense enough to say, well, I'm going to go ahead and trick, but I ain't going to text nothing too trickish because this shit could be used against me. He's so caught up in the spirit of lust and tricking with this bitch, he ain't even concerned about her having evidence on him to use to minimize his image to the bitches. Just like these celebrities. All they celebrity credibility, that shit means nothing when they under the spirit of lust. Like I keep saying, this is 2018, we're going into 2019. If you are a beautiful minded, attractive woman and you are in a relationship and you young too and you somebody's girlfriend, you are stupid. Drugs is being glorified. This is not the day of Young Jeezy no more. This is the day of Lil Pump. And in Lil Pump's day, since we're in the era of Lil Pump, you know what I mean, and all these other druggies and shit, since we got a lot of Mac Millers and shit going around, you know what I mean? Individuals that love to get high. These celebrities are stupid as fuck. Stupidity is at an all-time high. Stupidity is at an all-time high. So why in the fuck would you be in a relationship? If anything, you need to be talking to a man that got some game so you can gain in life. Why? Because the whole world is an ATM machine and the PIN number is GAME. You need to use that motherfucker. My phone bill is due. Gang. How I'm going to pay my cable bill? Gang. How I'm going to pay my rent? Gang. How I'm going to pay my mortgage? Gang. How I'm going to pay my car note? Gang. How I'm going to pay my credit card bill? Gang. How I'm going to get that new house? Gang. Everything in life is based off your information. So that's why I laugh at people that say, what's she paying a pimp for? You idiot. Information is to be paid for. Why? Because once you give the individual who gave the information to you, whatever amount of money you gave him, the money will be spent. But the game is forever. This knowledge is forever. If Cynthia G had some game, she would have ended up charging him way more. The fact that he was going inside of Macy's and buying something for her sister lets me know that at one time he seen her like this. And in my opinion, in my eyes, Cynthia G said something, did something to decrease. She devalued the image that trick had in his mind in the beginning. And that little situationship ended up being a battleship in the end because she didn't conduct herself right in it. She can tell you one thing, but the game got a whole nother vision. She didn't play right in that position. She didn't play a role right. But it ain't her fault because she didn't have the information to do so. People are destroyed for lack of game. People don't prosper because of their lack of game, and people don't prosper like they should prosper because of their lack of game. We need game. Don't run away from the game. Not good looking for the 20, bro. Appreciate that. But don't run away from this game. And when they say prostitution is wrong, what are they saying it? According to what? According to what? Because you have a lot of religious people that'll tell you that prostitution is wrong, but this same woman that's telling you that prostitution is wrong, she in a relationship with her boyfriend and they fornicate, shacking up. Somebody that's involved in fornication, they don't got no judgment to pass on a prostitute. Somebody that sucks dick, somebody that's taking dick from somebody that's not their husband, they ain't got no business sitting over there judging a prostitute. You involved in fornication. You sitting over there thinking that you above a prostitute because you got relationship title on your shit. Man, stop it. That ain't your husband. You ain't walked down no aisles and made vows and made a covenant with your creator to be having sex and giving your body to this creature. What has this creature done that was so amazing for you to sit up there and give up your body? But you giving your body to this individual because he said that he loved you. Bitch, get that. As my grandmother used to say, take that shit to Walgreens. Grandma used to say that. We used to die all the time. Grandma gets so upset sometimes. Boy, Philip, this boy, knock it off. Take that shit to Walgreens. You need to take that shit to Walgreens. Some of you little nicky-nack ass bitches need to take that shit to Walgreens, baby. Because ain't nobody believing that shit. Ain't nobody believing that shit but you. You know what I mean? Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. But we have so many individuals who will say that prostitution is wrong, and they even use the word of God when it's convenient, quote scriptures when it's convenient, or they might use knowledge from the so-called conscious community when it's convenient, and they'll tell you that it's wrong. And these same people, good looking, Big Drew, blessings to the family. Remember, gentlemen, you are the prize. Exactly. You know what I mean? And they'll tell you all of this, but they fornicated. Not to bring him down, but just using him for example, Pastor Diedrich Haddon. He's a pastor. He's a minister. He's an evangelist. He's a husband now, but before he got married to his second wife, he was involved in fornication with his girlfriend. And I'm pretty sure that if you would have got up in church and asked Diedrich Haddon, is prostitution wrong? He would have preached, he would have hummed, he would have hooped, and told you that prostitution was wrong. There we go. Hold on. No, bro, they hate prostitution and pimps. They hate prostitution and pimps. You got some that hate prostitution. Matter of fact, you know what I mean? They dislike prostitution and they hate pimps. You know, the pimping is on a whole nother level. That's another discussion. But just keeping it on women, you know what I mean? They'll preach all of this shit to you and then and fornicate. So I want to say to the ladies, are you going to allow people to tell you what you should and shouldn't do with your own body, and then make you feel less of a woman because you made a decision with your own body to have a better life? Are you going to allow the opinions of others who have made mistakes like you? They got, you understand me, frailties like you. They got iniquities like you. They got character flaws like you. And you're going to allow good looking Alden coming in with the fire. You're going to allow these individuals to govern how you think and how you carry yourself? Seriously? Why? Why do you care so much? Why do you think so much about what others think about you? So the fuck what? Because after you sit up there and you prostitute or you do whatever you say, guess what? They're going to talk about you. And if you don't prostitute, they're going to talk about you. Sound like to me, you need to be doing whatever you need to do, saying whatever you need to say to better your situation. You need to bring empowerment. You need to bring improvement. You need to bring development to your situation. You stop allowing society to tell you that if he sleep with 5,000 broads, he a player. And if you have sex with one guy or two guys, you a whore. You the scum of the earth. You a slut. Get out of that frame of mind. Get out of that frame of mind. Who's that? That spirit will hinder you from being the best you. And if you want to express yourself, I didn't do a video about that, but some time ago, Nicki Minaj was on stage receiving an award, and when she received the award, she sat up there and made it known that she wanted to have sex. She said, I forgot what the actor's name was. She said that he's going to help her take off this dress, later on the night. And you had some that was like, oh my God, why would she, convey that? Why would she say that? Why is she so bold with her sexuality like that? That's what a woman should. Oh, Michael Jordan, Michael B. Jordan. Women been going crazy over him. You know what I mean? Why? Oh my God, how could she say that? Why would she say that? And I thought to myself, is she not a grown black woman? You know what I mean? Is she not grown? Is she not an adult? I thought she was an adult. If she not, let me know. You know what I mean? I thought that she had the liberty by the country that we in to express her sexuality. I didn't feel nothing wrong. Always remember this. Women feel comfortable conveying and expressing their sexuality where judgmental people don't exist. So if you put women in an environment where judgmental people are, they not, and that judgmental spirit is not there, women will express sexuality. So men, if you can create an environment, or an atmosphere where women basically don't feel judged, they'll tell you all type of shit. I done had women tell me, I'm not into that, but I done had women tell me that, they like getting fucked in the ass. I had one woman, she told me that she got raped and she said she actually liked it. I'm just saying facts now. I done had a woman tell me that she liked for a man to spit in her mouth. You know what I mean? I done heard all type of shit. You know what I mean? So, just being all the way 100, whenever it's an environment where judgmental people don't exist, people feel comfortable expressing themselves. And the only reason why, they reserve certain things because they're afraid of people within religiosity and society coming on one accord to judge their sexual desires. But if you could give a woman that energy that she feels the liberty to convey her sexuality, she gonna do it. And she gonna do it boldly. You know what I mean? So when you talking to a woman, watch what you say and watch how you say certain things, because saying the wrong thing or saying something the wrong way can hinder that woman from being the best woman that she can be to you. And you might just have a cold ass freak on your hand. You know what I'm saying? You might have a cold ass freak. You know what I mean? And you will never know that about that church girl. You'll never know that about that Muslim girl, that Christian girl, that Roman Catholic. You know, I don't know too many Roman Catholics like that, truth be told. But you know what I mean? You might have that about a spiritualist or somebody involved in Pentecostalism, so-called holiness. You know what I mean? That, you know, and I said Pentecostalism is so-called holiness because in all actuality, as the scripture said, a form of godliness, denying the truth thereof, denying the power thereof. But with that being said, going back to what I was saying, this wasn't to judge Cynthia G, and it definitely wasn't to tell you that prostitution is wrong. Because I don't believe that man should be the judge of prostitution. I believe that a woman should be able to do whatever she desires with her body. And I believe that a woman should be able to do whatever she desires to do with the earnings that she gained from her conversation, fornication. So if she wants to give it to a man that gave her information that enabled her to seduce and reduce this man that she came on a mutual consensual agreement with to participate in whatever, and she wants to give her money to the teacher, which gave her some game, I don't think that should be against the law. I don't. I don't think pimps should be in jail. I don't think prostitutes, hoes should be in jail. I don't think hoes or prostitutes should be in jail for hoeing, should be in jail for prostituting. The only time I think that a bitch should be in jail is when she got a disease in her body, a sexually transmitted disease in her body, knowingly, and she's going out having sex with these clients, and she's participating in raw sex, you know, barebacking and things like that. Yeah, she should be penalized for that. It should be consequences for her actions. You know what I mean? It should be some consequences to her actions. Committed disease in her body, it should be a consequence to her action. You know what I mean? If it's a guy who got a gun to a woman's head and he forcing her to prostitute, or he talking about if you ever leave me, I'ma kill you, and he doing all of this and all of that to frighten the woman into doing this and that, should it be some consequences to it? Now we know the bitches lie, because I done been lied on. A lot of you guys done been lied on. You know what I mean? Should it be some consequences to his actions if he's forcing a woman to prostitute or continuing prostitution? Yes. Is this pimping? No. Pimps don't sit up there and force a woman to do a goddamn thing. Pimps are not human traffickers. There's a difference between human trafficking and pimping. There's a difference between pulling a gun on a bitch, forcing her to do something contrary to her desire, and actually being governed by the game and being exactly what that woman desires, which is a pimp. There's a difference to that. Because if she's dealing with a pimp, that means that it's freedom of choice. She has the liberty to give this man currency whether she wants to or not. If she want to give it to somebody else, if she want to leave, she can leave. If she want to stop hoeing for that man, she can stop hoeing for him whenever she wants. You know what I mean? She has the power to do so when she fucking with a pimp, because when she's fucking with a pimp, it's by choice and not by force. And just to be real, the pimping is so honorary, the pimping is so important that he ain't about to sit up there and disrespect this game and disrespect his flyness by sitting over there, putting a gun to her and all of that. Do you know one of the big reason why that domestic violence that a lot of y'all seen on that video, a lot of that domestic violence case got dropped, is because the same woman who said what she said outside, when they took pictures of her body, they couldn't find any mark on her body. Why they couldn't find no mark on her body? Because I didn't put my hands on her. Those were lies. And because she knew there was lies, she wanted to sit up there and not only bail out, but she wanted to sit up there and come, you understand me, back to me. Why? Because she knew what she had done. But, young man, when a bitch called the police on you or says something to the police to basically sit up there and take away your freedom, if she sit up there, you understand me, and put them people in your business, that's not your bitch. She call the police on you, that's not your bitch. She tell the police some incriminating shit on you, that's not your bitch. And you a fool if you take her back. If you take her back, please don't say she snitched on you. If you take a woman back that called the police on you or gave incriminating information to the police about you and you accept her back, do not tell anybody that she is a snitch or she's snitching. Because you knew what she was about before you got involved with her. You knew that. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, but you knew that. You knew that she was a snitch. And you still got involved with her. So, in all reality, she didn't put you in jail. You put yourself in jail the moment you accepted her back. I had different older P's like, man, P, you know what I mean? You know, she a fresh turnout, man. You turned her out, man. You know what I mean? That's some good work, man. Come on, P. Come on, man. Look at her markability, man. Damn, man. Look what you did, man, with the broad, man. But when you got standards and when you a man of ethics and principle, you're not going to set back a bitch that sat up there and gave incriminating information about you to the goddamn police. When you in love with your freedom, when you in love with this game, when you in love with manhood, a lot of them niggas that y'all see way up here, they've been in them circumstances and they took the bitch back. That's why when they try to speak like they on my level or above my level, it's laughable. It's comedy. Because any man can hold to a bitch or some bitches when he don't have no standards. That's not pimping. I'm not impressed with a nigga who got a whole bunch of bitches and they only fucking with him simply because he don't have no manhood or no pimping with him and he bought every goddamn ticket, and every time a bitch threatened to leave or anytime a bitch sit up there and do anything disrespectful, all she got to do is bring him some money. I'm not impressed with that little dude. How dare you try to bring that little dude up to me and try to compare him to me or make him above me because he counted some money or he sat up there and drive a certain car or a house or he got on chain or he got certain type of jewelry or some type of designer clothes or something, and he's sitting over there tasting the booty and making all type of deals behind closed doors to have these things. He ain't even on my level. He ain't even on the level of the least of the pimping. So don't bring him up. But to wrap it up in a nutshell, is Cynthia G a prostitute? We all know because we seen the video. And am I angry at her for being a prostitute? When a woman is governed or got the spirit of prostitution within her, she can't say that she won't marry that white man. She can't say that she won't be in a relationship with that white man. Why? Because the spirit that she's governed by, the spirit that is within her, compels her to sit up there and be with really any man who got enough money to have her. So if he can afford, she gonna be on one accord with whatever he desires to do because she has a price tag. So it is what it is. I want all of you, before I leave, make sure you click on channels. Everybody right now, it's 311 people watching. Turf, if I can get you a bone, one of my family members, man, somebody go to channels and get the link from my new channel. I started a new channel for all my Instagram live videos. So if you want to see all my Instagram live videos, when I'm going live with people and I'm speaking to people and they asking me questions and I'm answering them and we face to face, you know what I mean? If you want to see my Instagram live videos, I want you to subscribe to this channel. This channel is basically my new channel for all my Instagram live videos. And you can see it there. All you got to do is click on the subscribe button, click on the bell, and the moment I post a video, you'll receive a notification and you'll be able to see the content. Also, you can subscribe to all my channels, really. The Simple to P Views channel, subscribe to the Game for Ladies channel, And also subscribe to the Blade Music Videos channel. Subscribe to all my channels. You know what I mean? Hit the subscribe button for all my channels. But that link that Turf just put in the comment section, everybody click on that link, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. Because I'm going to post all my Instagram videos from now on that. But I appreciate you guys. Those that want a private conversation with me, you know what to do. Go to www.sinfulthep.net, hit the consultation button, and set up an appointment. Definitely won't be no disappointment. And there'll be plenty of exhortation and uncommon information to give you. Hold on. I ain't hit the game for a joint though. Yeah, you definitely, fellas, you don't. I got enough fellas over there, and honestly, the fellas be saying a lot of shit that don't need to be said. The content at the Game for Ladies channel is content for the women, so I don't really need a bunch of lames all in the comment section saying a bunch of goofy ass shit. It's only for the ladies. My Game for Ladies channel, it's only for the ladies. You know what I mean? I don't need the fellas over there saying a bunch of goofball shit. It's for the encouragement, the enlightenment, the empowerment, you understand me, improvement, development of women. That's what it's for. It's for women. It's for the ladies. I don't need guys over there. I got enough guys over there. You know what I mean? If you want to watch, watch. But by all means, don't be in the comment section. You know what I mean? No. Blessings to you. But I love you guys. I'm about to make some phone calls, check on some people. And because I got a lot of time tonight and I'm up and I'm going to be in the house, I might even go live later on. If I don't, I'm going to go live in the morning. I haven't been on it like I should. And I got a lot of other videos coming. I know a lot of y'all, P, what you think about Tekashi 6ix9ine? Tekashi 6ix9ine, Shotty. I got all of that coming. You know what I mean? It's just that between you and I wasn't feeling. When Kim Porter died, you would have thought that I knew her. I did not like Kim Porter dying at all. And my heart go out to those children. But yeah, I didn't like Kim Porter dying at all. I didn't like that. And I'm very interested in seeing what was the cause of death for Kim Porter. Notice with me, let me say this before I leave. Because I'm a man, I don't put jackets on people that don't fit. I'm responsible for the things that I say out of my mouth. So you will never catch Sinful to P sitting over there, you know what I mean, speaking on somebody, and I don't have some type of confirmation with that. And you got so many people talking about Kim Porter was a blood sacrifice, Puffy did this and Puffy did that, just for views. People sitting over there calling people snitches just for views. And that's fucked up. But it is what it is. I hope you guys live as long as you want, never want as long as you live. After I end this video, make sure you get into the comment section and give your opinion. You know, when you give your comments in the live ain't going to be in the comment section of the video. So by all means, whatever you think about what I said, what Cynthia said, or any comments about me or Cynthia G, whether it's positive or negative, you got the liberty right now to just get in the comment section and say whatever you say, want to say. But I encourage you guys to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, hit the like, hit all of the links that Tony just put up in the comment section. And I appreciate y'all, and I love you. Be blessed. I'll see y'all later on in the morning. Townsend, what's going on? Top early morning, Simple PP. And blessings to all of the ladies, all of y'all. And let me say this before I go. God loves hoes, and God loves prostitutes as well. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son to whosoever believe. God so loved the world. So when it say God so loved the world, hoes included, prostitutes included, pimps included, Macs included, gangbangers included, hustlers included. You're not excluded, you're included. So get past all of religious people trying to make you feel condemnation for your participation in the streets. Whatever you got to do right now to eat until they basically can make a plate, for you to eat on, later on with that bullshit, man. I love y'all. Be blessed. See you.